Welcome to the Dota 2 Shanghai Major Open Qualifiers European Regional Semifinal matchup between KGB and Kaipi, of course. I guess if you're here, you don't really care about spoilers. So Kaipi won the first match, 5-32. I think was the final kill score. They went 15-0 to start the match, and pretty much got all the kills and got out with the slightest of margins. But you kind of expect that from a team as experienced as them. So they won the first match. Good on them. Of course, I'm Pythian, and I'll be casting this second match in the best of 3 for you. Of course, the winner will go on to the final to face the winner of Mama's Boys versus Water. Last I saw, Mama's Boys was doing pretty well in the first match of their best of 3. So we're going to hop right into this match. We've got the Dazzle picked up right off the bat for Kaipi. Again, choosing to be on the Dire side. I don't know how the coin toss worked here. If teams decide to be on Dire or first pick or something like that. I know that for every match that I've seen for them, Kaipi have been on the Dire side. So maybe they favor it. I'm not sure. In any case, we've got the Dazzle picked up first for them, and the Tusk is going to be the first pickup for KGB. Both heroes that were played in the first match pretty well for the Kaipi side, and not so well for KGB. Usually the Tusk ended up backfiring there. It did go okay for the most part. Again, the Invoker was banned out by Kaipi, and the Nice Dark was also taken out. KGB continued to go with that Wisp ban. I guess they don't want to play against it. Tusk and Bane is going to be the combo for KGB. Bane was banned out in the first match, I believe. But that is still a strong hero. And on the other side, the Queen of Pain is going to be picked up by Kaipi. A hero that was played by KGB. It was played by Stormcat in the first game, and I guess maybe Cancel is going to put on a clinic with that hero. Teach him a little bit of how to play it a little bit better. We shall see. So we're going into the second banning phase here. And the Earth Spirit and Spirit Breaker banned out. Oh man. It is worth noting that Bone 7 is drafting for Kaipi, as he's been on the squad for a while, I suppose, and even though Mad knows the game extremely well, he's a bit newer to the squad, so it makes sense that Bone 7 would be doing the drafting. Timbersol is the ban for KGB. Again, something that we didn't see in the first match, but maybe they really want to take out Kayana's offlane heroes? Not sure. His Darkseer was played rather well in the first match, and well, it makes sense that KGB wouldn't want to play against it anymore. The Darkseer managed to beat out an Anti-Mage at the top lane, which for Darkseer is a safe lane technically, but the Anti-Mage got literally nothing that whole match. He did get a Battle Fury in a pretty timely fashion, but it wasn't near what he is capable of, as we saw against PXP, where the Anti-Mage had a 13-minute Battle Fury. So the Broodmother ban will take us into the third picking phase for the teams. In the last match, they saved Bone 7's carry hero for last. We'll see if that happens again this time. And the same for KGB. They picked up the carry hero last. So maybe that's the one that they kind of put most of their chips on. They really don't want to reveal that until the last pick. And I guess in this patch, this could be one of the more flexible heroes. There are quite a few heroes in the carry pool that can do well. So maybe it's not too big of a deal earlier in the draft. I'm not as up to date on the meta anymore as I used to be. Kaipi going deep into reserve time for this one. They still need a couple. They still have a couple things on their list to cross off. They're gonna pick up the Bat Rider. Well, that's interesting because Bone 7 is usually the guy that plays Bat Rider, but he's not the offlaner for this team. So it will be interesting to see where the Bat Rider gets put in this lineup. And then the Oracle gets picked up by KGB. So last match, the Oracle got banned out in the first phase, but maybe KGB want to pull something out of the old textbook to maybe throw KP off the known track for a little bit. Fourth pickup coming in for Kaipi. They still need a support hero. Also need a carry.
5 seconds remaining.
As I'm assuming that Bat Rider would go to the offlane. The Queen of Pain would be played by Cancel in the mid lane. It is the Omni Knight. Does pretty well against the Oracle. It means that the Oracle can do as much with the purges. Although if you purge a hero that's standing next to a repelled hero, then it will take off that repel. That's a little interaction that could end up being important in this match. In the end, though, we go to the fourth pick for KGB. Looks like it's going to be an offlane Tusk and Bane and Oracle in the support role. Again, we could see KGB go for the anti-mage, but I have a feeling that they're not going to want to go for that, especially considering what happened last time, as the anti-mage got pretty much shut out for the entire first part of the match. He did get a Battle Fury, but he was pretty much a non-factor. The Lone Druid is a pickup for KGB. For some reason, didn't have a little bit of a sound clip there. I don't know why he doesn't. I don't know why the bear wouldn't have something to say about being picked up. But in the end, that's him. He's going to be played by someone on KGB. That could be an offlane Lone Druid, in which case Maiden would be the one playing it. The OD is the ban from Kaipi, as KGB is still looking for that mid hero. And that turns it over to KGB for their ban. KGB thinking long and hard about this one. As we near the end of our draft here. So we'll be getting into our match here pretty soon again. It is the second match of a best of 3 between Kaipi and KGB, where KP are up 1-0. And the winner of this match will go into the final of the regional qualifier. The winner of which will get put into the main event qualifier. Okay, there's a Broodmaster for Kaipi. So that makes the lanes very difficult to see. We could see a safe lane Brewmaster, but we might see him in the mid lane. I have a feeling that the Brewmaster is to directly counter the Lone Druid, and it's the Viper picked up for KGB. Okay. Interesting lanes here. So we have the old Bone 7 Bat Rider. Keanu on the Brewmaster. Interesting. Okay. And it's the safe lane Lone Druid. Alright. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. So the Bat Rider is played by Bone 7. He might not do well against the bear. I think the Brewmaster is to go against the bear. So where do you send him? These are the important questions here. It'll be the offlane Tusk for KGB and the mid lane Viper. Well, with that being said, we're going to find out pretty soon. 1-0 is the score for KP as we go into the second match of the best of 3 in the semifinal, the Dota 2 Shanghai Open European Qualifier. We got a TP right off the bat for Maiden as he goes over to the offlane on the Tusk. Jiu-Jitsu is going to be playing the Bane for this match. Viper is going to be handled by Stormcat. The Bear, Lone Druid, with Alfredo, and whatever the hell you would call the Bear, played by Ike. And some guy's name that I can't pronounce is going to be handling the Oracle. Meanwhile, for KP, we've got Boner7 on the Bat Rider. Buffney is going to be on the Omni Knight. Keanu, we playing the Drunken Brewmaster. Cancel, heading towards the top lane right now, is going to be playing the Queen of Pain. And finally, Mad on his Dazzle. Couple of high ground wards here placed for each team, as the teams kind of find out what's going to be happening here, and they look for the runes.
30 seconds to battle.
Bear is doing a little bit of scouting. Last match, KP went around this area to look for a gank, but this time they have not, and we could still have an engagement here at the bottom lane. They don't see anyone on the map. Okay, heroes come in here for the bottom lane. Bone7, he's here with the sticky napalm. And the Viper attack comes through on the Bone7. Bone7 could get pretty low here, but here comes another napalm attack. Brewmaster is going to slow down the Viper. The Banner Rune is going to get hit by Dazzle. And Bone7 is going to get the first blood on the Stormcat. Stormcat goes down right off the bat. And now the sticky napalm continues to get put. Oh! The Oracle's caught in with the Omni Knight. That's not what you want to do as a Tusk. And the Tusk may have made it so that the Oracle dies. Omni Knight's running pretty fast. The Purge gets used onto the Omni Knight. And the Oracle could go down. Will go down to Bone7. Double kill for Bone7 right off the bat. Get it? The bat. I'll see myself out. Anyway, so Bone7 still heading to that offlane up against the Bear, and it's going to be Keanu in the mid lane. I guess they decided to mess around with the lanes a little bit, just to kind of see what they can do with their lineup. It's interesting, I suppose. Let's get those last hits up for you real quick. And Keanu, he's just getting harassed out so much. He's definitely going to need the help of the Omni Knight in order to survive this lane. The Viper is very difficult to go up against, especially as a melee hero. That's just a world of hurt right there. And Bone7, he does have to be careful. He's still trying to get level 2. He's going up against the Oracle. It's interesting that they're switching up the lanes a little bit here. Usually you see Bone7 in the carry position, but I guess he's decided that he doesn't really care about it too much this match. And yes, I know that Bone7 usually played offlane with Cloud9 or whatever team he played with recently, but in the past matches for KP, he has been in the safe lane position. So he's getting a couple levels here in the offlane as the creep lane has pushed up. And now Keanu's going to range over to the rune, which is incidentally an arcane rune. So 2 kills were right off the bat, but no other kills have occurred on the map. And now Mad running around with an arcane rune, looking for possibly a hero near the secret shop. He'll just go and hit some creeps a little bit. He can afford to with the creeps that he has, the arcane rune rather. The Bone7 going to get purged up by the Oracle, and now the Bear is coming through. Gonna get a heal from the Omni Knight, and now the Repel is used. Oracle in trouble, needs to be careful, and the Repel is going to run out soon. Bone7 taking a lot of damage. And he's going to use the healing salve to get out. Jiu-Jitsu rather far in. This is kind of how the first match looked for KP. They pushed their limits a lot. Bone7 coming through. Could get a kill onto the Bear. Resummon is available. Will get used by the Lone Druid. And Bone7 definitely needed the help of the Omni Knight there. But Keanu, that leaves him alone on the mid lane. Oracle looks pretty nice with napalm on her. Here comes Jiu-Jitsu in from the side. Has a Nightmare available. We'll put it onto the Omni Knight. And now Bone7 going to get purged up. There's no Repel available. Bone7 kept in place. And we'll get purified. And here comes the Repel. Buffney now. He's running away. He'll be fine though. Stick Napalm and the the fire jar, as I like to call it, does some damage and disrupts that gank a little bit. So none down just yet. As Bone 7 not really having the best time against this safe lane. The early last hit leads goes to the Queen of Pain and the Viper. Queen of Pain doing pretty well in the top lane. Cancel. It's looking pretty good. And Kiana's going to get the regen rune at the top rune spot. Taking it away from the Viper. Bone 7 has put a lot of sticky napalm charges onto the bear and to the Lone Druid. And Lone Druid calls the bear back to him. Another purge goes on to Bone 7. He's going to be okay though. And he's just going to turn right around onto Oracle. Bane's waiting in the wings. And teams around the map just kind of looking for stuff. Poison Touch onto the Tusk. Tusk uses a snowball to get away. Here comes the TP in. Goes on to Mad. Mad has a heal Vipal. Doesn't actually hit Maiden. And the Maiden's got to try to get away. Mad doing the damage. Nightmare was used onto the Queen of Pain. Another TP came in from the Oracle. And now the Queen of Pain, she's a little bit deep. Has a blink available. Gonna hit the tower a little bit. Just kind of a little bit of a thing there. And that left the Lone Druid alone on the bottom lane. Bone 7 got the kill there. He's on a killing spree. That's all 3 kills on the map, all belonging to Bone 7. And of course, Omni Knight helped with that one. So the TPs to the top lane, because of the pressure by the Queen of Pain and the Dazzle, allowed the Lone Druid to take the fall there on the bottom. Little melee creep finding his way back to the top lane. Keanu not doing so bad against the Viper anymore. When Viper gets that Drunken Haze on him, it is a little bit more difficult to get that damage. Here comes the Ensnare on the Bone 7. Bone 7 going to get purged up. Bone 7 getting hit all over the place. Here comes the Repel. A little bit late, but Bone 7 will go down. That's the killing spree going to Oracle on the bottom lane. And getting a little bit lucky with the Ensnares there. Bane sitting on the rune will get found out by Mad. Bane gets a haste rune. And, I mean, you can't really do anything about that Bane. It's just going to keep running. It will take damage. Mad just sitting up on top of the hill. Oh, man, Yajitsu, what are you going to do? You're just going to brain sap him? And Mad now in trouble. Trying to get away. Yajitsu's just going to keep missing. Just harassing the crap out of Kaipi right now. And Cancel getting a little bit aggressive in the top lane. Going to blink away against Maiden and use that healing salve. Lots of healing salves used in this matchup. I have not seen that much for a while. Kills are 3-1 7 minutes into the game. The Spirit Bear has some boots and an Orb of Venom so far. And Cancel's looking for the Tusk once again. Not going to find him. And here comes the TP in from the Dazzle. Going to get some bottle charges back to the Brewmaster. And Bone 7 just farming away in the jungle right now. If there's one man that can play the Bat Rider, it is definitely Bone 7. Dazzle's just hanging out with the shopkeeper for now. Probably sampling the wares or something like that. And he'll do a little bit of warding there. He's going to see the Tusk. He now backs up. Once again, if you're new to the stream, this is the Dota 2 Shanghai Open European Qualifier semifinal best of 3 between Kaipi and KGB. Kaipi took the first match. It is now 1-0 for games. And one more win would send them into the final to face up against the winner of Mama's Boys and Water Be My Friend. Illusion Rune going to get found by the Brewmaster. And the Oracle finds another bounty rune. Racking up those bounty runes. So the match has calmed down a little bit. Big last hit score for the Viper and for the Queen of Pain. And right now the Queen of Pain is sitting with the Power Treads and the Sage's Mask. Be interesting what she chooses to build into. as this Tusk has been playing pretty safely. Is level 4.5 at this point, and has managed to evade all the ganks sent out by the Dazzle and the Queen of Pain. Batrider sitting around at level 6 hasn't leveled up the lasso at this point, so he's just going to wait at level 7 for that one. And Buffney's just going to try to get whatever kind of experience he can at the bottom lane. Queen of Pain sitting around with, we'll say, near full mana with the mango in her inventory. And there is a Brewmaster role available as well. So we're just kind of waiting for some kills to come out here from the teams. I guess Kaipi really don't want to do it right now. Meanwhile, as we're saying that, Queen of Pain blinks in, and Maiden's just going to TP out. I guess Maiden didn't think, well, Cancel didn't think that he could get the kill with the Sonic Wave. So they're just going to make an attempt onto the Tier 1 tower. The Fortify gets used. Here comes a TP by the Lone Druid. They're going to be fine, though. Lone Druid is going to get hit by that dagger. And they're going to deny the tower. Now Ike in trouble. Going to get slowed down by Mad. Mad is going to take the root. Mad doesn't have enough mana for the grave at this point. Now Cancel uses the Sonic Wave. Tries to get away. He's got a magic wand available. Going to use it. He's going to get snowballed up. Has a blink available. Not going to be able to use it as the Oracle finishes off the kill. So the Queen of Pain goes down for the Lone Druid. We'll call that an even trade, even though KGB get a little bit more gold from it, thanks to the difference in net worth. Which, speaking of net worth, may as well put it up. And Brewmaster seems to be working towards that Blink Dagger. Is at 1900 gold right now, and we'll soon be at it. Sends a couple of Lucians to the mid lane. Hasn't used that ultimate yet. He still has it available, and also a haste rune in the inventory. In any case, the first tower of the game got denied by the Lone Druid, but it is down, and now Kaipi looking for the second tower. They're going to the bottom lane, with Kiana just tanking the tower a little bit. Dazzle and Omni-Knight finish off the creeps with their heals. That's something that we didn't really touch on, the healing potential of the KP lineup. And there's no Ancient Apparition on the other side, so all of these heals are going to keep the heroes alive even better. The bottom tier 1 tower goes down, and here comes the blink. No lasso by Batrider because he hasn't even leveled it up. He doesn't have the lasso. He's just going to put the fire onto the heroes. Bones haven't going into the trees. He's trying to get away. He's going to get punched up into the air. He's taking a lot of damage. He will in the end go down to Ike, who gets the kill with the Batrider, and the Queen of Pain just going to blink out, abandoning his friend. And Batrider without the lasso now levels it up as he's gotten to level 8. I think he was just waiting for a creep to die there, and unfortunately it didn't really go how he wanted to. Repel takes off the Viper Strike damage onto the Dazzle, and Dazzle's going to be alive and well here. Just sitting here with the Brewmaster little elemental spirits. And I guess that'll be setting up the push onto the mid lane. Four heroes here for the Dire onto the mid lane. This match not as much of a stomp as the first game, but Kaipi still in control. Let's take a quick look at our XP and gold graphs. XP 2,000 in favor of Kaipi, and for gold we've got about 1,500, though it is dipping back in KGB's favor. The purge from the Oracle still follows the Queen of Pain even with the blink. Doesn't get dispelled. And now KP, they go over to the bottom lane. That is 5 heroes going down there, looking for a tier 2 tower. Queen of Pain just going to clear out some of these creeps, and we have a rotation onto the mid lane. We've got 4 heroes here. Batrider available with the lasso this time. He does have it, and he also has the blink dagger. He's looking for the hero. Oracle. Oracle could be a good choice. Comes in with the blink. Has the poison touch, but doesn't choose to use the lasso. He wasn't in range for it, and the Queen of Pain just continuing to hit down that tier 2 tower. The bear takes down the tower in the top lane for the Radiant. And the Kaipi boys are just going to trade that for one of their own. Oracle places down a ward in the Dire jungle. And we'll see if Kaipi can defend this. They are taking this tower down rather slow, and the bear, he's pretty good at taking down towers. So the Dazzle's just going to walk up. They can see the Dazzle. Do they go in on it? Dazzle uses the weave, and here comes the TP in from the Brewmaster. Brewmaster blinks back, goes on the bear. They're going to try to take the bear down, doing a lot of damage with the poison touch, and it keeps disabling the blink. Here comes the Viper, though. He's doing a bit of damage, and in the end, the bear, he's going to be alive. And the Radiant, they're going to back out. There's also another resummon by the Lone Druid. An interesting... Nah, I'm not even going to talk about that. I don't want to buff the Lone Druid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Then Alliance will be even more back. Not that I hate Alliance per se. So Kaipi once again doing pretty well with the towers. They've got not so many kills in this match, but they do have a lot of map control. If we take a look, there's not a whole lot the Radiant see, just one observer ward in the Dire jungle, which might not really help them all that much. Viper does take the deny on the mid lane, but look at this. Blink here, lasso onto the Lone Druid. Lone Druid getting pretty low, does go down. Brewmaster takes him out, and he's down for 30 seconds pretty much. And this can set up for the push for Kaipi onto the bottom lane. Definitely a well-executed kill for them. Definitely a well-executed kill for them, as it can lead directly to them forcing KGB to react to a push from the bottom lane. Meanwhile, Mad is on the top lane pushing it out. And Oracle's trying to get away on the bottom lane. Mid lane rather, and the Fiend's Grip is going to get cancelled by the Flame Break. The Queen of Pain, however, does go down. The Brewmaster roll is available. He's going to get Nightmared up. Buffney walking around with the Repel. Here comes the Brewmaster roll. Brewmaster comes in, and so does the Bone 7. Bone 7 goes down. Keanu gets a killing spree. Maiden, though, he's in the middle of a lot of brewlings. Viper's in the air. Viper's trying to do some damage. Maiden about to go down. Mad, he's trying to do as much as he can. Nightmare goes on to Buffney. Buffney gets hit by a snowball, so does Mad. Mad gets hits by the snowball, but takes down the Tusk. Tusk a bit too far in there. Now Buffney looking for another kill. He's going to use the Revenge. The Repel, rather. He still takes a lot of damage from the Viper. Now here comes the ult. Yajitsu, he's in trouble. Yajitsu is about to fall. Does fall. In the end, going to get Nightmared himself up. Takes off. And now Brewmaster, blink in 3, doesn't have a stun, so the Viper's going to get out of there. In the end, looks like a 3 for 2. Advantage still going to KP, as the game is a little bit closer than last time. And now, Blink, lasso onto the Lone Druid, takes him away. Ensnare on the Bone 7, taking a lot of damage. The Sonic Wave misses, but it doesn't matter. Batrider takes out the Lone Druid. Standing in the fire kind of hurts you. And eventually the Lone Druid goes down. Yeah, definitely missing the Sonic Wave there. I guess it's deceptively difficult to spell to land? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just a silly... I don't know. I don't want to say my MMR, because then all you're going to be like dance gaming it and stuff. I'm not good. Let's just say that. Brewmaster could get caught up here. Here comes the Fiend's Grip onto his face. He's going to get punched into the air, and eventually he will go down. Bane takes the dominating streak, and KGB get a little bit more life. Brewmaster down for 40 seconds. And there's not another lasso for another 30 seconds. So they may as well wait for the Brewmaster to respawn before they start fighting again. In terms of items right now, okay, let's take a second here. The Lone Druid has gone for a Maelstrom recipe, and he doesn't have a bear right now. It's not on the map. He was killed, I guess, with the resummon still on a pretty big cooldown. In terms of items, we've got a mechanism on the Viper, and a few Blink Daggers. Blink Dagger on the Omni Knight, that's pretty interesting. Don't usually see that. And Bone 7's pretty much got his Force Staff finished up, as well as an Orchid on the Queen of Pain. For the Golden XP graphs, we've got XP about 4,000 in favor of Kaipi, and Gold is more the same. Still have a Roshan up. 2 outer towers remain for the Radiant, 4 for the Dire. KP seemed to have more of an advantage here, but the game's still relatively close, at least much more closer than the last one was. Yeah, Jitsu gonna find the bounty rune for his troubles. And there's a lot of farm available on the bottom lane for Cancel and Kayano. Kayano just gonna take the creeps here. And now Queen of Pain gonna find a hasted Tusk in the jungle. Tusk pops the haste rune. He's gonna be out of there. He's looking a bit like a fighter here. Yeah, he's looking pretty fly right there. Bone 7 once again doing the Bone 7 things in the jungle, while the rest of his team in the Radiant jungle pushing the bot lane. Bone 7, of course, has those brown boots. I think there was a time when he used to go boosted travel first on the Bat Rider, but this is definitely not one of those games. Went for the Blink Dagger pretty quickly. And Viper has finished up his Hand of Midas. Items on the bear. He's got the Maelstrom on it. And they could make a try for this tier 2 tower once again. The Maelstrom is a good item on the bear when you definitely don't have enough gold for that Radiance early. So that's the easy trade for the Dire. They're going to sack the tier 2 tower and they're just going to go for the Roshan. So in the end, the Dire are going to take the Roshan, and they put the Aegis onto the Queen of Pain. They smoke immediately, and the Radiant continue to push into the Dire base. One TP comes in from the Bat Rider. He's going to force tower, blink forward, and there's the lasso. Cancel, he's caught out. The Aegis is going to get popped. Nice Oracle onto the Lone Druid that keeps him safe from the lasso. And now Maiden, you're so far in. Maiden, you're so far up, and Maiden, you go down. The Oracle trying to get out. Flame Break, not going to hit anything. They try to get the bear, not even going to happen there. So it's a 1 for an Aegis. They lose a Tusk for an Aegis. And the Viper, look at that, on the top of the net worth chart now. Midas helping him out a little bit. And the bear takes a little bit of damage. Going to be taking periodic damage from that dagger. And now from the poison touch. Cancel going to get purged up. And this bear is going to continue taking damage. Here comes the Fiend's Grip on the cancel. And I guess there was more lag. This is why you shouldn't use Skype. These guys are so funny with their typing. I think Matt is trolling a little bit, but whatever. Alright, looks like the players are ready once again. And they're going to keep going with that Fiend's Grip. This is the longest Fiend's Grip we've seen for a while. And Cancel continues getting hit by. Here comes the Grave by the Dazzle. Doesn't have enough mana for a Sonic Wave. Does now. He's going to blink away. And now the Brewmaster comes in with the split. Yajitsu, he's silenced up. He's going to go down. Here comes a Purge from the Queen of Pain. The Sonic Wave does hit this time. And the Lone True is thrown in the air. The bear goes down to a rock. And the bear, eventually, he's going to fall to the earth. He does not go down just yet. They're actually going to run away for a second. And here comes the Viper in from the backside. The Queen of Pain blinks forward. And here comes the Snowball, saving the Lone Druid for just a little bit longer. There's the Omni Knight ult. The Viper can't do anything right now. He's just going to slow people down. Here comes the Maiden. He punches Bone 7 up into the sky, but it doesn't matter. Now Stormcat trying to get out. He does. And the buyback has come through from the Oracle, who is just kind of sitting here, trying to stay alive. Doesn't want to die back just yet. The push comes in on the tier 2 tower by Kaipi. Sorry I missed that fight recap a little bit, but it was 3 down with a buyback. And I think Bane went down as well. So we'll call it 4. Bane goes for the deny, isn't going to get it. A little bit far up, but it doesn't matter. He's confident his team can back him up. And the rest of KP have backed up a little bit. Cancel's going to go for the farm on the bottom lane. And Cancel's just going to get surrounded by creeps a little bit. Has enough mana for a Scream now. Going to use it. And KP back off. Queen of Pain back on the top of the net worth chart. I kind of like this look from Kaipi. They're using this match to experiment a little bit with some different roles than they usually play as a team. And that might be why we're not seeing as powerful of a performance from them, even though it is pretty good against KGB, which is, I think, a relatively unknown team. I don't really know what their results would be. So they're using this match to kind of experiment a little bit with their roles. So here comes a little bit of a push from KP as Queen of Pain going back towards the base, trying to get some mana. She also has a Black King bar recipe. She's finished that up. And we could take a quick look at the items. The Queen of Pain won't be near this fight for a little bit. A couple of Blink Daggers all over. Vlad's on the Brewmaster. And there's a Medallion on the Dazzle. Aether Lens on the Omni Knight. And here comes a Blink Dagger by the Bat Rider onto the Bear. They take the Bear back. Flame Breaking back. He's going to sit in the fire for a little bit. They use the Oracle on the Bear. And Bear is not going to die just yet. He does die, I guess. And Maiden a little bit far up. He snowballed in and Bone 7 with the repel. He's going to take him right down. Purified, killed by the Brewmaster. And now Brewmaster blinks in with the split. Goes right on to Stormcat. Stormcat taken down. He's taking a lot of damage and now Cancel. Trying to do something. He uses the BKB. Misses the Sonic Wave onto Stormcat. And he's got to blink out of this one. Stormcat's taking a lot of damage. He does go down to the Purify and Brewmaster takes him out. It's a double kill for the Brewmaster. Bane up in the air. Bane up in the air trying to get away. Gonna hit by a rock. And he goes down as well. Triple kill for Keanu. Here comes the Omni Knight ult. I love these Omni Knight ults. Icky. He's getting low once again. He will go down. That was... He still has a buyback and there were two buybacks on the board from the Viper and the Tusk. And